Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Tony Talks and Get Up and Grow, where I have conversations with inspirational leaders, influencers, and change makers, people that aren't just doing well in life, but that are doing good in the world by contributing back to humanity, by contributing back to everyone that's looking to grow their business, grow their relationship, grow their life, and really expand upon who they are. So today, aside from the cat that I've got on my lap, I am actually outside of my front lawn because it's such a beautiful day. I decided to come out here today. So today I have another special guest. This guy is he's something else. He's a really special guy. He's a friend of mine. He is an author. He is a successful businessman. He is a mentor and coach to businesses. He is a success and inspirational speaker. And many, many more things. With that said, I'm going to bring him on. You know him. You love him. It's the Brazilian sensation. It's Carlos Siqueira. He's got a nice little getup going on in the green room here. Let's just say what's up. Hey, Carlos, what's going on? Oh, wait.
It's about to go down. You got Tony Rodriguez, Get Up and Grow, and Carlos Inspire, and every single badass here in the house. You know what? I love you, brother. I just love you. Just, thanks for having me here. We're going to have a great time. It's always a pleasure serving, And but why is that every time you go ask for the guacamole, they tell you that is extra? I know, goddammit, that is extra. You don't have to tell me. And by the way, Tony, the other day, right? I always dress crazy like this. And I was telling people about hooks. It's like, think about it, right? For you guys listening to us now, when is it people stopping to listen to your podcast, to your content, on your posts? You guys are getting high engagements. And if you're not, I want you guys to pay close attention to the hooks that you are using. And somebody asked me on a podcast the other day, Tony, hey, Carlos, what is the best hooks? And I say the best ones is you being you, the authentic you. You dressing like how you feel like it. You doing what you feel like it. You want to put the goddamn sombrero and they want to have the American bandana and the glasses, whatever you wanted to do. Just be you. Be unapologetically. If they want to judge you, it's fine. Just make peace with yourself. Like I'm preparing something really cool that I cannot talk about yet. You guys will see on social media soon, and it's massive disrupted pattern stuff because that, you know what I mean, bro? It's like just do you and be you and just make peace with yourself. That 50% of the world will love you, and the other 50 will hate you, even if the numbers are wrong or like weird. 90 will love you or 10 or vice versa. Make peace with yourself right now at this moment that you are not going to care, that you're going to do you, you're going to live your life to the fullest, and you're just going to live an unapologetically life. I just want to start with that, baby, but so we can rock.
Listen, I couldn't agree with you more, man. On the talk that we had earlier before, there's a line that I've heard in the past and I share and I really start to live by. They say that when you reach the point that you truly don't care about other people's opinions or other people's opinions don't affect you in a negative way, you reach a level of freedom.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that there's so much to be said about that because so many of us get caught up on other people's opinions. And as I've said before, you probably heard me say it on my show many times, have you ever tried to pay your bills with somebody else's opinions? Doesn't work. And the interesting thing is you don't usually get criticized or you don't usually get knocked down by people that are doing better than you. It's usually by the people that are doing worse than you, the people that gave up on their dreams, the people that gave up before they even got started, the people that are too scared to take the bold moves that you're taking. And the only taste of success some people will ever get is the bite that they take out of you.
Yes.
So just know that, be comfortable with it, and just get to the point where other people's opinions don't really matter as much as they used to. I can't say that some people's opinions don't matter. They do. But the less you get impacted by those opinions, the happier you'll be, the more successful you'll be. Listen, we can talk on this particular this particular topic all freaking hour because I got so much content on this. I've got so many belief systems and models and ways of breaking patterns about this that it's not even funny. You know, the reality is, you know, everyone's afraid of criticism, right? Or everybody's afraid. The reality of it is criticism, haters, it's all feedback. It's all feedback that we're getting based on what we're doing out in the world. And there's nothing wrong. There is no bad feedback. There is just feedback, right?
It's crazy. I have these mantras, right, Tony, that, you know me, bro. I'm always traveling a lot internationally because of my family and a lot of the philanthropy stuff that I do, and a lot of the villages that I support with the little kids. And I learn other languages like yourself. And we are always out there, right? And I always tell, man, I tell those kids, man, you know what I mean, in Brazil, in Mexico, in Africa, have like that mantra and remind yourself, man, all day long when you see yourself wondering that other people's opinion is none of my business, you know, and just repeat that as loud as you can, especially if it's from somebody that you love, if it's somebody that you respect, because sometimes those people, the closest ones to us, they will shut down those dreams. And the moment that you say that and you empower yourself, and then you tell yourself, you know what? I am no longer, from now on, gonna allow yesterday to take a lot of my day today. And I am gonna go for that bold move. If I wanted to go record, create a marketing campaign and put the goddamn sombrero and get a pink bicycle for the little girl and do crazy shit and throw bread at celebrities when I have an opportunity, being playful and record that shit and do it, guess what? I am going to do it. I made a decision, Tony, a long time ago, bro, when I was filthy poor and I was like, you know what? What do I have to lose? If you guys are going through something difficult right now, think about it. You're already going through hell. I've been there for decades before I made it. You know, and so if you think about it, it's nowhere else to go but forward. That's why I always use the analogy, and that's why I always bring the bicycles to the stage when I roll up on the stage. And I don't come from backstage, I come from the front of the building, from outside. I do what nobody else does. And I anchor the bike and I tell the story. I can never forget where I came from. That bike right there, when I used to sell the bread to help my widow mother, that hunger that I had as a child, as a 7-year-old boy that were about to kill himself, that hunger there got me here today. That was that defining moment. I am going to help my mom. I am no longer going to accept my mother being abused, my grandma being abused, me getting abused. I'm no longer going to accept my friends dying on the streets and being murdered in front of me because we are out there hustling, working hard, selling our goods and services. And you make that decision. What is that thing? And once you make that decision, guys, I cannot stress how much more freedom and peace and love you're gonna live, and you're gonna do your job, and you're gonna become such a much better leader, father, mother. Your employees gonna respect you. You're gonna become like a what I always say. What is the word that I say? Is like a people magnet, because they're gonna be like, wow, I wish I have the balls to do that. I wish I would do it. And they will come to you. How do you do these things? How do you come up with those things? It's collective. It's not about me or Tony or you. It's about us becoming one. And the best advice that we can give you guys right now listening to us is give yourself permission to fail. Give yourself permission to try the audacious advertising that you want to create. The reason why I get calls for people that run Super Bowl commercials to give them an opinion is because I know I'm going to bring my craziness to it, and I will challenge the people that are putting it together who will do crazy shit. And guess what? I don't hate it all the time, but guess what? I don't pay attention to that. I learn from the mistakes. And whenever we get a hit, guess what? You talk about it. Whenever you do something cool, and the craziest part, Tony, it's that even the shit that people love it, I still get calls and text messages sometimes from people that hate. I get calls from like sometimes big name speakers, right? They will call me out. Hey, why are you using a bicycle, a pink bicycle on the stage? But like, what do you mean, why am I using a bicycle? That represents what I come from. And people love it. And they're like, oh, you shouldn't use the bicycle. I'm like, are you kidding me? Go hate on your mother. You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus Christ. But guys, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Even even people that you respect or people that you know what I mean, that they're gonna tell you that, but don't change. Do not lower your standards to please somebody else. You are not a hooker. Do not sell your soul. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, the reality of it is, to touch back on that, is you're right. So many times it's the people that are closest to us that hold us down or try to shut down our dreams. And the reality of it is, many times they're doing it not because they don't want to see you succeed. They're not doing it because they don't want you to be happy. Many times, and I'll speak for myself. My mother would always say, "Oh, be careful, this and that." She would try to stop me or to keep me playing small because she's afraid that I would get hurt and that I would fail.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of times people try to hold you down or try to shut you down out of fear or out of love, really, to try to protect you. Right. So that's one of the types of people that try to shut you down out of love because they're trying to protect you from getting hurt. The other type of people that try to sabotage you and keep you down, it's not because they're afraid of you getting hurt and they want to protect you. It's because they're afraid of losing you.
Yes.
Because the reality of it is, Carlos, I'm getting a little feedback from you, so I'm just going to mute you while I speak, and then I'll unmute you.
I can always mic myself up.
No, I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes the audio on this is I'm getting a little bit of feedback. So I'm just going to mute you for a sec. So the reality of it is, sometimes it's people that that out of fear of losing you. So it's not because they're afraid. It's not because they're afraid that that you're going to get hurt. It's afraid of you're outgrowing them, that you're going to do so much better than them that you're not going to be able to keep up, or they're not going to be able to keep up with you, I should say. So out of that, they try to do that to again, because they don't want to lose you. So they're actually also doing that out of love. And then, of course, there's all the people that don't want to see you succeed, right? And then there's the people that do want to see you succeed, just not as much as them, or not more than them. Right. So there's so many different people in our lives. One of the great memes that I like to put up is, it's a picture of you and you're like jogging, right? And success is just on the other side. And then you have, your family holding a bat, your friends holding an axe, your associates holding, a fight, somebody else holding an arrow, somebody else with a gun. And there's so many obstacles that we've got to go through to success. And so many people think that success is, oh, you got lucky. You just started here and you went from A to B, your overnight success. Well, it's an overnight 20-year success, or a 20-year overnight success, I should say, or a 10-year. They don't see the difficult moments that you've been through, the difficult struggles that you've had, and what your climb up that mountain was. They just look at a mountain and says, look how beautiful, how majestic. But if you're actually climbing the mountain, you see that there's sharp rocks, there's shards, there's sticker bushes, there's wild animals, there's snakes, there's so many things that are there that are almost designed to keep you from climbing. So only those who truly want it are going to push through the pain, through the discomfort, through the, oh, don't do it, you're not gonna make it. Who do you think you are? You're coming out of the streets. You grew up in Newark. Who the hell do you think you are? Oh, Mr. Big Shot. Listen, we're always going to have those. And the reality of it is, if you don't have those, my friends, if you don't have those, you're simply not trying hard enough.
Yeah, so true, brother.
Hard enough.
It's so true, Tony. It's like, can you hear me better with the both?
Yeah, I could hear you fine before, except there was a little bit of feedback.
No worries, brother. You tell me if it changes. It's so true, brother. It's like, as you were talking, I just thinking here, and you know what I mean. It's crazy. You know what I mean. And you know what's crazy, right, Tony? I was doing a Zoom with my team yesterday in the Philippines, and I had my entire team. And I was just talking to them because what I do, right? I issue bonus for my team, and then I challenge them to use the bonuses and to go give it back to the community. So because I grew up in a third world country, so I constantly remind them. Remember, I was there for decades before I came to America. So, and I always get them to already operate as a philanthropist before they be in one, and to always give back, because you know how much powerful that is, be able to reset it, give it back, put yourself out there when there is no one else, when there might be danger, and you got to go over there and you bring in food to the elderly people. They might be sick, but just a simple act to bring the food, deliver to their door. So I'm constantly challenging them. And then we are talking about, marketing and doing disruptive stuff. And guys, you guys listen to us right now. And if you guys are having problems right now, like monetizing, like say selling your courses, your masterminds, anything that you sell, I want you guys to think about this, because when it comes down to hunting, how active are you? Because what happened now, Tony, is, bro, 95 out of every 100 people, guys, that do exactly what you do right now, 95 will quit. Only 5 will succeed. So I want you to know, the moment that you put the hat on, that you put your gear and you're gonna go in a hunting mode, like, yeah, I'm gonna make more calls than anybody else. Yes, I'm gonna be on as many as podcasts as anybody else. Yes, I'm gonna go to every freaking radio show and TV show and virtual staging and local stages than anybody else. I don't care if I'm beginning. I will call every freaking Toastmasters with 100 miles, and I tell them I'm about to tour every single one of you. I'm picking one. I will call every BNI for 100 miles, and I say I'm coming to every single one of you because I'm gonna go pick one. I'm going to every single chambers with 100 miles. It's like this, guys. How bad do you want what you want? You can literally go to all these places, and now you just open up yourself to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of business. And now you got them offline. Then you can build emotion, you can build connection, and you can talk about how awesome whatever you have is. And guess what? You give them a taste. Don't tell them what to do. I don't tell about Tony didn't have to introduce me. Oh, Carlos done this and that and done billions of dollars in sales for Fortune 50 and all this bullshit. Been on stage with all none of that. It doesn't matter. People, they don't care. They care what is in it for them. And just know that if you're not making right now, I want you guys to go in a hunting mode and do just a little bit more, because I'm telling you, 95 will quit for every 100, baby. So you already win when you go with that mentality.
Yeah, listen, here's a line that I love to say. You've probably seen me post it before. Everybody wants to eat, but few are willing to hunt.
Yep.
Everybody wants to show up on their plate. They just want that. They just want to eat. They want that steak. They want that whatever it is, but few are willing to hunt.
Yes. You know what I was saying, Tony? During the Memorial Weekend, I was calling all my military brothers. You know how much I love our military here in America, Brazil, and other countries. And I'm always talking to them whenever they need a brother to talk. And I was like, what's up, baby? It's about to go down. Why is that nobody wants to go to heaven, but everybody? No, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Say it again, brother Carlos. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Come on now. You feel me? We want you guys to win, guys. Tony is doing this for free. He's bringing all amazing people here. You know how much would it be, all the people that Tony brings here to his show on a weekly basis to put people like us in a room? Hey, Tony would have to spend like a lot of money. And we come up over here and we just show up to blow up. The way how you can repay this brother here is by tagging 3 people right now here to watch this with you live. Tag it. 3 people, share this show, talk about it. Anything that this brother does over here, man, go listen to him and get up and grow. This movement that he's doing here, it's amazing. It's literally, it's the stuff that we are talking about. It's get up and grow and literally do like one of my favorite quotes, which is do what others don't do, can do it, and will not think of doing it. The moment that you apply those things, you get up and then you just grow. It's only one way. It's forward. You're going to fail forward. You're going to fail faster. You're going to fail frequently. They're going to talk about you. You're going to make peace with yourself. You're going to go for that no. They say no. And what are you going to say? You say next. They say no. You say next. You know what I mean? And that's the style. And Tony, speaking of that, bro, I don't think we never got into deep about, I always love to hear from people. Where did you decide to start this movement? What was it, bro, that made you start this movement, Get Up and Grow?
Well, I mean, first of all, it starts with the fact that, you know, I've been through a lot of things in my life, as many have, as you have. You know, you grew through what you had to grow through, what you went through, right? And I've had to grow through what I've grown through, everything from, you know, having a violent childhood with my father that wasn't supportive. He was a violent man. We'd get beat up just about every day, and or have the fear of that, whether it happened or not. in growing up and not being, not feeling like you belonged, because I came here as an immigrant as well as you did. Only I came before you did. Um, and again, the adversity that I faced throughout life, through even including I just came out of a really long battle with an ex business partner that betrayed me and basically swindled me out of a couple of $1 million. We're not going to get into that story, but there's been so many moments of challenge, of mistakes, of failures, and everything else. And the reality of it is, there's been so many things in my life that could have happened, that could have set me back and made me stop, right? And I could have just very well been like everybody else. Hey man, how's life? And listen, I've heard this before, and I've said it before. Hey man, how's life? Same shit, different day, right? And that's what most people do. Now my response is, I'm sorry, can I help? Because if you're living the same shit, at the very least, do some different shit tomorrow. Even if you get shit again, at least it's different shit. Right? Variety is the spice of life. So
for real,
I've gone through a lot of different things, and through the last 20 years of personal development, working with Tony Robbins, and obviously now, having, being a trainer with Tony, and having built my coaching business and created, and so being a life and business strategist, and having coached so many people over the years, it's helped me in my life and get my own awareness, but it's also, I've been able to help thousands of people, I guess, at this point, through growing through what they've gone through. So one day, so where did Get Up and Grow come from? So that's something that I've been working on, right? Helping people, get over some of the things that have happened. So about 3 years ago, probably just about 3 years, maybe 3.5 years ago, I get a call. I'm still in the middle of my legal battle. And I get a call from a friend who was going through some distress as well, with an ex-business partner of his as well, and betrayal on his side as well. And he calls me at 10:30 at night, and I never get a call from him that night. I get a call in the morning, and he starts kind of saying, "Hey man, can I talk?" I says, "Yeah." And he starts getting into his story, and he's going into a story. I'm like, "Dude, stop. Are you telling me your story, or are you repeating mine?" He's like, "I'm calling you, bro. How the hell do you stay so positive? You're posting inspirational stuff. You're this, you're that. You're always happy, this and that." I said, "Brother, it is a daily damn ritual. I have a morning ritual that I do every single day to keep me sane, to keep me going, especially during moments of challenge, and moments that I don't want to go forward, and moments that I want to quit, that I want to give up. That's when you really got to dig deep and step into who the hell you are and who you need to show up for your family, for everything else." And he says, "But how? When did that change for you?" I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. 2.5 years ago, we'll say whatever that time was, or 2 years prior, said life was good, and things were going okay. I was doing well. I was making more. I was doing well. I was making a good amount of money, maybe more than some, but not as much as others, right? But I was comfortable."
Yeah.
Comfortable. And that's kind of where it goes, right? I was comfortable. I was in my comfort zone. So I wasn't growing. I was comfortable. And then all of a sudden, my ex-business partner, who, decided he was going through a divorce, and he decided that not only was he going to try to take down his wife, but he was going to try to take me down along with him, for whatever reasons he came up with in his head, and whatever. Not going to get into that now. Let's just say it was all bullshit. But he dropped it on me that not only is he going after his wife, but he's going after me and my wife. And this was someone who I was friends with since I was 8 years old. He was my best friend. He was like my brother.
Wow.
Spent a lot more time with him than I did with my brother. Something that was completely blindsided me. And me being the guy that helps other people fix their relationships and fix businesses, I said, "There's no way. There's no way." And then, it's like, and that moment that I remember it is at 12:45 in the afternoon on September 24th of 2014. I remember exactly what it was, because it was such a big moment in my life. And in that moment, boom, I got hit, and God said, "Grow." And I said, "No."
Mm.
Said grow, and I said no. And there was more pain. Because at that moment that happened, and there was pain, and there continued to be pain. And God said grow, and I said no. And I'm repeating this to this person on the phone, And he's like, and then what did you do? I said, and then the next day I got hit and there was more pain. And God said, grow. And I said, no. And I kept going over and over again saying, God said, grow. And I said, no, which, by the way, I don't use that verbiage in when I'm having a strategy call with a client. So I don't even know where this came from. Interestingly, at some point, my son interrupted saying, good night, Dad. I said, okay, go up, brush your teeth. And I went back on the phone and I'm like, hey, he's like, keep going. I said, dude, I don't, what was I saying? He said, dude, just keep reading. I said, I'm not reading anything. He's like, bro, you were on the roll. I'm like, I lost it, completely lost the thread. Don't know what I was saying to him. And he said, we started talking about it and I picked up the thread again and I kept going. And God said, pain. God said, grow. And I said, no. And how does that make sense? Well, I'll say this. I went to Brazil that year, or whatever, 9 months later, I went to Brazil to a cousin's wedding. And while I was there, I realized, what the hell am I doing? I am refusing to accept what's right in front of me. He's trying to screw me over. This is actually really happening. You can't fix it, because I was thinking, I'm going to fix it. I can fix it. I can fix it. All the while he was plotting against me, right? And making things worse and digging a deeper hole for me. And I was letting him because I was refusing to see what was in front of me. I was not looking at things as they were. I was looking at them better than they were, thinking I'm going to be able to do this. And he, knowing that that's who I was, played on that.
Wow. Because
we were friends for so long. Anyway, but when I was in Brazil, I realized, I'm like, shit, I got to do something about it. This is not going away. This is for real. So I brought my awareness to it and I accepted what was happening. And then I accepted. That was God saying grow. And I was saying no because I was refusing to accept it. The moment I accepted what was happening, the pain went away. And then about a month later, boom, I get hit again with some bullshit, legal documents or whatever. And again, God said grow and I said no again. And there was more pain and there was more pain. Right. And
bro, you should create a shirt with that. I love that saying. You should have one that say God say grow and you say no, and then you have another one, God say grow and we say let's go. And you have people chant on your events, and then you come up like with that. That's a great freak. I love it. I'm over here. I'm getting the chills because I'm big when it comes to God, and I love how you're talking about this. Keep it going. I'm loving it.
Yeah, that's the title of a book that I'm working on. God said grow and I said no. So
wow, I love the name.
So brother, so what happened is this happened and I was saying, so dude, what's happening right now? You're in pain because you're refusing to grow. You're refusing to see what's in front of you. You're stuck in the past. You're stuck in the pattern of this pain. And until you choose to accept, until you choose to let go, you're going to keep going through pain. This is God telling you to grow, and you're refusing to grow because you're refusing to let go and leave the past in the past, and you're trying to carry it with you. That's why you're in pain. God said grow, and you're saying no. And I said, God said grow, and I said no. Interestingly enough, it was only about 2 or 3 months later that I was telling somebody the story, and I'm like, holy shit. That message was for me, because even though it was coming out of my mouth, I didn't equate it to me and the pain that I had been going through. So that message was for me to understand that God was telling me to grow through the pain. He was telling me to grow, and I was refusing to grow. So right after that, I started hashtagging Get Up and Grow, because when you fall, you have an option. You can just get up and go, or you can get up and grow. Right? And until you get up and grow, you're going to keep suffering the pains of the past. You're going to keep reliving the shit that happened to you. The reality is, my friends, is that pain is part of life. It's part of life. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's going to happen again. But suffering is a choice. And as long as you continue to suffer an old pain, an old injury, an old betrayal, you're stuck in that pattern, and that person, that situation, that thing has power over you.
Yes.
I have to go in soon. Look at the sky. Look.
Damn. I know it's coming down. That's what happened when God says go and you say no.
It's about to go down. It's about to come down. So if all of a sudden I go to you, it's because I'm running to my porch. So that's where the whole idea of Get Up and Grow came from, because we all go through shit. And I've learned so many different things and so many different pattern interrupts and have shared so many experiences with so many people that I can help people turn decades into days. If they want to change, they can, and I can help them do that by changing perspectives, by helping them to understand that life really is happening for you, my friends. And if you're in pain right now, if you're in your darkest hour, that's okay. Just know that victory is near, and you are going to come out of this, and you're going to come out of it stronger. And why you're going through this, why you're going through the pain, who the hell knows? I'm not the one to tell you. But whatever you're going through, you're designed to go through. As the saying goes, God doesn't put you to something, doesn't bring you to something if you can't get through that thing.
Yes.
It's about getting to the other side and who you become in the process, because it's who you become. Right now, I went through so much shit, and I'm proud of who I've become. I'm a completely different person than who I was 5-6 years ago. I'm a completely different person than who I was a year ago. And I hope to be an even better person. I believe I'm a better version of myself. And I hope that next year, this time, I'm an even better version of myself. We're supposed to grow. We're supposed to become better. We're supposed to become the things that happen in our lives are designed to make us better, not bitter, to make us grow, not slow, right? So it's up to us to take the shit that happens in life. You know, one of the things I have this conversation about shit, literally. The shit that comes into our lives is supposed to help us fertilize our future. We're not supposed to put that shit in our pockets and hold it around and carry it around like a dung beetle, right? We're rolling that shit behind us. We just keep carrying our shit. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to lay it down and help it build your future, help you build and continue to grow, right? I have a garden behind me. You know, nobody wants to deal with shit, but you know what makes a garden grow? Shit, or fertilizer, which is ultimately shit, right? Just like in your life, if you've never gone through shit, then you've not even started to grow.
Yes. It's so powerful, bro.
That we grow.
Wow. What? I love it, man. I love it. It is crazy. You know, it's like I always say, people, you know, I talk about this a lot. Like when I tell people, like, God will never put us through anything if he doesn't think we can handle, man. And some of the stuff is just crazy, guys, that, you know, I know that, you know, in third world countries is more violent than here in America, but even the things that we go through here, I've been talking to so many speakers lately, Tony, and some of them, they even had a tear in their eyes because we were talking about, they were worried, you know, because they normally make money only speaking full time. And now, as you know, all the speaking gigs is stopped, you know, for the coronavirus. And I was telling them, remember when you first started it, you know, that drive that you had in the beginning, that love you have that moment before you had the speaking gig, that moment before you had the first client say yes for you. Remember what you used to do back then? And then, you know, I was almost like I took them to like a what's up, Dana? You know, I took them through like almost like a timeline without knowing it. And then we just went back. We went back for where we begin. And so many of us out there, Tony, self included. So it's so easy sometimes. The more that we know, guys, the more that the shit can hunt us down. And unless if we really go back and be like, hold up, let's remember that when we begun, the first time, you know what I mean? Whether you are a coach, an author, a speaker, remember before you had the book, before you ever mentored your first client for free or for money, before you ever spoke for free or for money, remember that hunger, remember that drive? That's what got you through it. And this pandemic is new for everybody. But what is going to get you through again is unity, is that hunger, is getting in the game. It's like I was saying, and going to the hunting mode and adapt. Start calling local businesses, offering value. You know, ask them, let me come in and speak to your business virtually for free. Give me a chance. And then the second time, you tell me how much am I worth it. You got to get creative. I know so many people out there, they depend full time on their speaking gigs, and they were worried about paying their mortgage. They were worried about paying the stuff. And I was telling them alternative things for them to do to go make money. And don't let the ego get in your way. It's okay if you have to do something on the side to make money. It's nothing wrong. You know what is wrong? Is my grandma always told me this, man. Out of all the people that I've been around, all the companies and all the people that I mentor, it doesn't matter if they're a billionaire, entrepreneur, celebrity, athlete, I learned the best shit from my grandma. She says, son, the only thing that you should be ashamed is stealing, lying, or robbing somebody. You shouldn't be ashamed to do nothing else. And if you treat everybody like you're going to treat your grandma, you will never go wrong. You know what I mean? If whatever you guys are doing now, your books is not selling, your mastermind is not selling, your high tickets is not selling, you're not getting speaking gigs, guess what? I want you guys to get in the game. I want you guys to think about, okay, what is my skill set? What is that I'm so good at? What else can I do? What else can I integrate within my business? Who can I do a joint venture partnership with? What if I can give a little bit of equity of my business for somebody else to help me? Maybe I can, mouth closed doesn't get fat, guys. Reach out to people and tell them. I will give, like, literally, I had people that literally call me, Tony, hey, Carlos, I know that you are an investor. You always buy businesses and you mentor so many people. What can you do to help me? I'll give you a part of my business for you to help me implement marketing or sales campaigns or whatever they need the help with. But again, if they wouldn't ask, they wouldn't know. And it's all about, I'm not saying that, 1,000 people can come and be able to do it because I'm human. Me and my team, we can only take so many people. And, but what I'm saying is that ask, put yourself out there, ask others, hey, who do you know? Who do you know that has a podcast? Who do you know that has a radio show? Who do you know that's looking for people virtually? Get out there. Call all these guys, all these people out there, people that run the BNIs, the Toastmasters of the world, the Chambers of Commerce. What do you think they need? They're waiting for you to pick up. I cannot pick up my phone right now because I'm looking at it. They're waiting for you to pick up their phone, to pick up the social media and click the live button, click the video button and call that person. I want you guys to go on a hunt. Do not go down in history with this pandemic. I lost family members and friends for this shit. My cousin was so young, she died in Brazil. Right now, the shit that I'm going through right now in my country in Brazil is chaos. I lost my cousin, she lost her son. I lost friends. I have friends that quit themselves, they killed themselves. I have friends right now that are outside the hospital, inside ambulances, waiting to get in, but there's no spaces. It's either in order for the vent to come in, somebody has to die or get healed. But as I always say, man, the days that break us is the days that make us. What can we do? What can we reframe it? What else can you think? What else can you do? Become adaptable. You guys are the lions and the lionesses of your jungle. You get creative. Go deep. Start thinking about why is it, Make changes. Make adjustments. Figure it out. What else? See, guys, here's the thing. Companies, they are looking for two things. They need help with sales, and they need help adding value to the existing clients. If you guys can solve these two things, you're never gonna run out of money. So for any speaker out there, any coach out there that's struggling, figure it out through your superpowers. Can you help those companies with sales and marketing? Can you help them add value? Can you write a blog, or can you do a lunch and learn and speak for free? And you tell them, look, I'm going to speak for free for the first time, but here's the condition. You're going to refer me to other business owners, and then second time, you're going to, you tell me how much it is. Create a challenge. Be creative. Do a challenge like pay me what you can. But just don't go down. My grandpa always say, Tony, if you're going to go down, take a few with you, baby. Do not go down in history this pandemic. Do not go quit on your speaking career or coaching career or authoring career because of this pandemic. You've been through a lot in life. You overcome so much, man. I tell people all the time, and I know somebody's listening to me right now, and it's not me speaking like Tony was saying. It's not us. The things come from up there, man. It's the Holy Spirit. This thing is anointed. As I always say, man, prayer doesn't need proof. Prayer needs practice. Say it again, Carlos. Prayer doesn't need proof. Prayer needs practice. Guess what? You know what I mean? You need practice. Get back in the game. Pick up that phone. Call more people. Do more lives. Do more video calls. Instead of you texting, you do video calls. Hey, how you doing? You are not alone. I'm here to reach out for help. I'm doing this. I'm starting this movement. I got this for sale. I got that for sale. What do you need help with? But if you don't do it, if you don't say it, guess what? You can be the greatest speaker alive. You can have the greatest invention. You can have the greatest product. But in your underwear, in your freaking bikinis, in whatever you want in the world, it doesn't matter if you don't get in the game. Just do not worry about them telling you no, guys. They will tell you no. They're going to give you shit. They're going to talk about you no matter what. They're going to give them the bullshit. They will make peace. I hug these buttons. I've been making peace with the devil and with man rejection for my entire life. I would never succeed in any of my ventures, none of my businesses. I will never be able to train tens of thousands of people. I will never be able to do what I did for many Fortune 500 companies out there if I would be afraid of getting the word no. You know how many times, even when this shit before the pandemic, I remember many times I had to ask 20 plus times. I live in Silicon Valley. Hey, let me come in. Let me speak. No, no, no. 20 plus times later. Okay, man, you are convincing. Come in. I'm bringing the pizza, baby. I'll go to Costco. I'll go to like Little Caesars. Let's say if you're hurting on cash, Little Caesar, $5. Who remember that shit? That was me back in the day. $5, I had about 10 of them. I'm showing up over there on a weekend, and I'm teaching their sales guys on a Saturday. All right, guys, let's do this. And I would teach them, and now let's make some calls. Everybody stand up. Don't be sitting down when you're going to make calls. Let's bring the energy. The days that break you are the days that make you. Let's figure out what is the demons that are stopping you from picking up that phone right now and calling somebody and telling them, you charge $1,000 an hour and people don't have the money, drop it to 100. It's not only temporary, but it's about doing it. I know that somebody's listening. Just do it. Do not go down in history with greatness is within you. My biggest fear is know that, as I think about some of my friends that passed away lately and they killed themselves, which I get very angry and pissed off. But if it's something that gets you angry, that's what is going to get you moving. And my greatest fear is that if I would cut this shit, this corona or anything else in life, knock on the wood that I will never get this shit. But I know my greatest fear is that if I would die, I don't want to have nothing left in my gas tank. I was never going to have that feeling of regret. I was never going to have that feeling of, I wish I would done this. I wish whatever you are saying no to right now that you know that's going to help you grow your business, I want you to think about, and I want you to go say yes. Say yes to yourself. I don't care if you have the money. You go ask that for anybody that you wanted to associate yourself with. You go crew for them. You ask them if they are hiring for free. You go tell them that you would work for free. You will tell them whatever it takes. Think about it. When we started in the beginning, coaching, consulting, speaking, think about how long you went to doing shit for free before you made it. And now that you made it, then now people are not paying and spending money as they used to. You just got to go back in the game. Get back in the game.
I'm still back for free.
You know what I mean, Tony? This is as real as they can be, guys. Dude, you know what I mean? It's just got to be you and pick up that phone. Pick up that phone, man, and get in the game.
Yeah, there's opportunities everywhere, and I know that there's a lot of people that aren't working or haven't been working in the field that they want. The reality of it is there's jobs out there. You know what kills a man in the jungle? Ego.
Mm-hmm.
He's not willing to do what needs to be done. He's not willing to eat what he needs to eat just to survive. A lot of people, it's ego. And by the way, and I'll say this, ego is not your enemy. So many people say you got to kill your ego. I think that's bullshit because your ego is your friend. Your ego has gotten you to the top of your game. Your ego has allowed you to get to where you've gotten. You just can't let that bastard drive the bus, right?
For real.
Charge all the time, but he needs to step up every now and again. When you're going into that sales meeting, that sales call, when you're going in for that job interview, when you're going in to meet and do whatever you've got to do, you got to go in like you own the place. That's ego. So by anyone who says, kill your ego, your ego's bad. Listen, stop listening to them.
For real.
I'm not saying listen to Carlos. I'm just saying stop listening to that person that says that you've got to kill your ego. What I am saying is you can't let your ego drive the bus. You can't let your ego be in charge. One of the posts that I made yesterday, and I went on a rant last night on not on my Tony Talks, but yesterday was day 150 of 366 days of live video. Today will be 151, like the Bacardi, baby. One of the things that I said is, if in life, if you think you're always right, then you're doing something wrong because you're wrong. You're not always right.
Yeah.
And the reality of it is you got to just keep moving forward. And I just lost the thought of where I was going to go with that, to be honest.
No, but I love it, brother.
I've got so many things. There's so many, you triggered so many things with what you were saying that it kind of threw me. But the reality of it is ego is not your enemy. You got to make friends with your ego. Just don't let your ego run your life, because if you do, that's when you think you're right all the time, and that's where you start getting hurt. That's where you start losing relationships. That's where you start losing business. That's where everything starts to fall apart, is when you think that you're better than everyone else, when you think that you're bulletproof, when you think that whatever, or oh no, I'm too good to go and do this, or I'm too good to go and do that, or to listen. We're in the time right now that you need to do whatever you need to do, and that's
for real. I tell people, I don't care if you have to go drive an Uber or Amazon truck. Whenever they are hiring, baby, Amazon is hiring. You know what I mean? But it's like, remember, guys, it's temporary. The tough times are not here to stay, man. They shall pass. It might be a couple of months. It might be a year. Think about it. It's like I was telling Tony earlier, man. Like, the stuff that I've been dealing with, it's insane. It's like crazy. I'm dealing with like farm invasion. Like, I opened up one of my farms in Brazil because I was helping people, feeding them every Monday and Friday. They come in to get the food, and now people are invading my farm. And now I'm gonna talk to police and the army because they're very violent. Ain't nobody gonna get shot on my arm. You're gonna no. Let me. So now I'm training those guys on how to negotiate to get the people out of my farm, relocate them back. You know what I mean? It's like, it's like, so I have to put my farmer hat, you know what I mean? I took my consulting hat lately. I have not even been on social media lately because I've been dealing with all this shit in Brazil. That's the invasion, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's all perspective.
Danielle, one of your fellow Brazilians, just put a picture of money on the screen, and that's flag. Oh, it's a Brazilian flag, but at the end of the day, it's still money, to deal with. I thought it was money. I'm not wearing my glasses. Oh,
yeah. What's up, Danielle? Grande abraço. We got Brasileiras in the house, But for real, Tony, you know what I mean, bro? It's just like, guys, it's always going to be something, man. New levels, new devils. And the higher that we go in life, the higher that we have to master how to confront. And I love what the point that you talk about it, Tony, the ego piece. It's just like, man, you make friends with it. You make friends and just keep it going.
Gun in the arsenal. When you need to pull him out, you pull that shit out and you make it count, right?
For real.
People are, there's so many people that are looking at things in different ways, and what's bad, what's good, what emotion is bad, what emotion is good, all of that. All of it serves us. Ego serves us. Sometimes backing down serves us. Swallowing your pride serves us. Pride serves us. All of it.
It's all how you look at it, right, brother? It's all the perspective, right? That wisdom that God has given to you. Absolutely. And one thing that I always do, Tony, every time that I go through something evil, since I was a child and all my crazy stories, right? I always tell, I pause and I tell myself, okay, what is good about this evil situation? And then I never call a problem. I always call an opportunity. I kind of flip the words. I look at the no as a yes. I look at fear as a strength, and I'm constantly reframing my mind since I was a child. And that serves me so much, because and then over years and decades, now your brain's like, okay, hold up, Carlos. Because, I had so many people that depend on me and my family, my clients, my team, that if I allow those outside shit that's happening right now and this crazy stuff with invasions and people dying in my family and the stuff going on overseas, it's like, bro, I wouldn't be able to do the stuff that I do. I will shut down. You know what I mean? I'll be in that sauna, not doing lives. I'll be over there like crying or freaking out or screaming. You know what I mean? It's like people, the other day, somebody, they were interviewing me on a podcast and they were like, bro, I thought you were going to cancel the interview. I'm like, no, I'm not going to cancel. I refuse to let the devil take me down. And there was literally a day after my cousin died, and I went ahead and I pulled up the entire schedule. I did all the interviews that I have to do for that week and all the podcasts, and I refuse it. I'm like, I'm not going to go down. I'm not going to shut down and reschedule every time. I'm just going to go with it. Because like you said earlier, bro, this helps us just as much, guys. You know what I mean? Whenever we are talking, it also is psychologically, mentally, a lot of people out there, they don't talk about this. You know what I mean? Really having those conversations and talk to friends. Really checking your mental toughness, checking your mental health. You know what I mean? It's okay if you have to go talk to a therapist. It's nothing to be ashamed of it. You know what I mean? It's okay to have a life coach. It's okay to have a business coach. If you don't know something, if you need help, ask. Like Tony said, man, the ego piece is we can talk about this from so many different angles, but it's about asking for help. whatever that thing is that's bothering you, whether it's family, business, psychological, that memory from childhood, whatever. Because one thing I can tell you guys, once you deal with that thing, and once you talk to somebody that has been there, like Tony, like myself, like somebody in your community, doesn't matter who that is, you just call that person. Pick somebody to help you deal with that thing. Because once you deal with that thing, you'll be surprised how you will unleash and a whole new person will come out. Yeah. So that now you'll be able to use your story, all the evilness that you went through, all that messes that you went through, now that becomes your message. You know what I mean? Now you'll be able to go and share with the world. And I know that's going to be scary at first. You're going to be like, yo, you're crazy. I'll never share that story with the world. Trust me.
I tell people, you've heard me say it. It says, your story is yours, but it's not yours to keep. It's yours to share.
Yeah, for real.
By sharing your story, you give somebody else the liberty, the freedom to share theirs. You unlock their prison. Your story could be, something in your story could help be the key to lead them out of whatever they're stuck in. Right.
For real.
And times that happens. And I'll tell you, you said something before, and I'm gonna add to it. You said tough times don't last. That's true. And here's the reality: good times don't last either. Right?
Yep.
It's just like seasons, right? If you're really at the top of the mountain, listen. Here's the reality of it is you're gonna have to climb back down that mountain.
For real.
If you're in the peak of summer, just know that autumn is coming and winter's coming after that. But you know what? When winter comes, you could either freeze your ass to death or you can go skiing, right?
Yeah.
It depends on how you prepare yourself. So remember, my friends, that tough times don't last, or rather, as the saying goes, good times don't last, but fortunately, neither do bad times. Everything will pass. As the saying goes, it's always darkest before dawn.
Yes.
Right? Even the darkest night is going to be broken by whether the sun comes out or not. Even if the sun doesn't come out and it's cloudy out, it's not going to be dark forever. Every storm runs out of rain. It's not going to rain forever, right? So whatever you're going through now, and remember that it's just when things are tough, when business is tough, and you're just about to quit, that you're probably just 3 feet from gold.
Yep.
Sharon Lecter's book, right? I love that book.
Great. I love that book. Huge shout out for my girl Sharon.
Yeah, I'm still haven't finished it, actually. I shouldn't say I'm in the middle. I'm about 3/4 of the way through.
I got a special autographed copy of that book in my safe.
I had her on the show about a month ago.
I love that book, man. You know one of my favorites? Outwitting the Devil. Oh my God. I have an autographed copy of that one too. All these books from like the wisdoms, the legends, I have them sign it for me and I put on my safe. Like the one day I tell Isabella, never sell these books. This is gonna go on, baby. I love that book.
I'm actually I do them on audio now. Actually, 3 feet from gold, I'm reading the physical copy, but Outwitting the Devil, I'm listening to it on audio. So I'm actually going through both of them right now.
Oh, dude, did you finish?
Not yet.
Oh my God, it's so good. Have you been to the part of the interview with the devil?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, dude, that shit's sick, man. I have the audio. Guys, I highly recommend my girl Sharon. Huge shout for you. It's just like, I just love that book, man. Every time, I literally go to that book at least 3 times a year, Outwitting the Devil. Some of these books, like, I love it. I highly recommend, guys. You guys go to something crazy, Outwitting the Devil. The audio is sick. This book also, Tony, I heard it's really cool through audiobook. It's called Work Like an Immigrant. What a great place.
On audio yet? You know what? Now it's starting to rain. I don't know if you see the rain.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put you on screen. You go ahead and talk while I mute myself and I walk.
All right, brother. I got you. Yeah, I see the rain. Come on, Gray. Get Tony, Rain. Oh, man. Brother.
In the middle, so I'm just going to go to my porch.
No, but guys, look, check it out. This book, crazy book. Work Like an Immigrant. Look at that. I also like to give books to my clients. So I have like Think and Go Rich. I'm good friends with the president of their foundation. So I'm always, whenever I give books, I love giving books. Give books to your clients and you have them read books. Not only give away your books, but you give other people's books, your friends' books, people that you respect books, like Outwitting the Devil, like Think and Go Rich. But see, this book over here, Work Like an Immigrant, audiobook on Audible, 5 stars review, crazy stories. Like you get the chills. You listen to this book. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what is going on in your life, any crazy shit, you open that book in any page, there will be some crazy wisdom and strategies there.
I know I wrote that book. I don't think I've got an autographed copy yet, though.
Oh, I got you, baby. I got you. I'm gonna send you one. You know, but Outwitting the Devil, man, that's a good book. I'm telling you, wow. You know, damn, brother, this is good, man. I'm like, wow, that was so happy to come over onto your top 100 episodes. We have the whole gang in there. So many.
How about Master Code dropping some jokes?
that was epic. You know, you should create mini clips of that and put on TikTok. I've been telling all my clients right now, bro, and out there to go get on TikTok and put in more content out there. I'm telling you, that thing is growing like crazy. I even gotta do more stuff down there. You know what I mean? That platform, I think, is gonna be the next big hit. I think I see this huge shift from like Instagram to TikTok. You know, that's why I'm like,
and it's already happening.
Look, yeah, no, for real. It's like it's.
Check it out. I'm being watched.
Oh, what's his name?
That's Link.
Link. Oh, I like the name.
The cat crawling on me before. Now the dog's trying to come through the window.
I'm telling you, man, you got the whole jungle in there, man. I miss my farm in Brazil. You know, I need to buy a farm here in America too. You know, Daniel, I love TikTok.
In the back, I got the chickens going around in the back. I've got, you know, 2 dogs, 3 cats, 2 kids, 1 wife, and a partridge on a pear tree.
If you say, you know, I have 2 birds, Sprinkles and Cupcake, here in my house. Those are smart ass birds, bro. They come in, right, and they fly into my wife's shoulder, and they like tip tip. It's like, and if my wife walks away, they like tip tip, like what the heck, like where are you? And I was like, what the heck? And then they come, and whenever I'm on the sofa, they come right here, and he looks at me, and then he's almost like, you know, he's like where are you looking at? And then he's just there, and then they sleep on my shoulder. And then they go like, whoosh, and then you're like, no, you know something crazy? I was yawning this morning. I was up really early, and then I'm sitting down there because I have these machines that I use for exercise. Then, you know, it makes you shake it. You put your feet on. So I'm there, and the bird likes the shake. So now he's right here on my shoulder, and then I'm like, and then he looks at me, and I was like, what the heck? And then I go, just for the heck of it, I do it again. And then he goes, I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, hold up. Let me say, babe. I told my wife and I told my daughter, hold on. Look at this. Is he really yawning that? And I go, watch it. And I go, and then he goes, this son of a gun was imitating. So I guess the theory of the yawning, whenever you do yawn, only people, but I guess now animals do it too. I should have recorded that shit. That should have been crazy.
That's a TikTok moment right there.
For real. Oh, you just gave me an idea. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go shake my ass over there on that machine, and then I'm going to put the bird, and then I'm telling you, that's going to be like 1 million views. And guys, you never know shit like this, right? You never know where you're going to have your video viral or your blog or that post or that live or that podcast interview that's going to go viral. You just never know. But I see, you will never know if you don't do it. And that's why I always tell people, Tony, you got to put yourself everywhere. All the major platforms, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and be on all of them. And crap, you know, the videos, and just get yourself out there, because content, you got to put content out there. If they don't see you, they won't know you. You know what I mean, bro? And it's just like, get yourself in.
Yeah, a lot of people are worried about what other people are going to say. You know what?
You know what's crazy? You know the shit that drives me nuts, funny? It's whenever they don't get views or likes, and then they delete it. It's like, don't delete it. It's a piece of content that you created when you started it. You are documenting the struggle. You documenting your life. You telling people like, hey guys, like putting the phone in his live, and let's say you say, okay, hey guys, just waking up. And it sucks. I'm up earlier. It's 4:30 in the morning. We're here also, you know, those that were supposed to wake up early, but we really don't like it. Like, be real, be raw, and just document this shit. Hey guys, I'm overweight. I'm fat as hell right now, and it's not optional for me not to wake up at 4:30. I gotta get my ass up and just do it. You know, but again, I'm like what do you call defamating yourself? I forgot the word. You know, yeah, whatever they call it. You know, the Brazilian accent. You know, but
deprecating, self-deprecating.
Deprecating. But you know, this is the shit that I am talking about, guys. It's doing it, documenting the shit on all the social medias. It's okay if nobody trusts me. When you real and you raw and you talk about the shit that nobody's talking about the stuff that you're afraid to talk about, people love that shit. It's crazy, but just people love that shit because think about it. Nobody does it. Just do it. And it'll be so good for you mentally. It will be so great for you to look back years from now, man. Pinche Carlos and Tony, man, doing that damn podcast on whatever day is today. I don't even cannot keep up with the days anymore. And they plug in that seed. They plug in that seed. His animals. You know, see this stuff there, TikTok shit right now. In the middle of the TikTok, we see. No, look at this. Take a screenshot. Is Daniela say love TikTok, and you have the cat moving his ass, and then you see Nino over here talking.
There's always something crawling on me.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, we should crop this shit and then do a TikTok. You know, I don't know how to crop this on a StreamYard. That'd be a good app to invent it. Be able to crop while you're being on a podcast. You know, it'd be funny if the cat now, if you could give him commands to now cut. I'm telling you. Oh man, we're having too much of a good time, man. My wife got me this new cool chair here. It's like I feel like a hammock. Like when I've been standing. So it's like you go on and it's like a hammock. You just lay on that thing down because I'm always standing in my office. Oh shit, I almost fall. You know? Oh man. That feels good. Laying down now. I'm telling you, T. I'm telling you. Though, do you want to hear something funny, bro? Isabella, right? She's my accountability partner to help me lose 70 pounds. So now we're playing soccer and we're running. And then she goes, okay, daddy, let's lose that belly. What do you think this is, a tea party? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, where you get this shit from? I don't talk about tea party. You learn some shit on YouTube? You know, it's like, you don't talk to your dad in this way.
You never know where the inspiration is going to come from, right?
Oh my God, I'm creating a monster, T. I'm telling you, bro. So now I gotta even watch what I eat at home. She's like, Daddy, only one chocolate. Because no, honestly, guys, who here buys the damn chocolate that you like and you want to eat the entire chocolate? Like you buy the ice cream bowl, right? Let's keep real. Since you're talking about being real, this is better than reality TV. I'm telling you, T, we're making the Kardashians look stupid, bro. You know, it's like, you know, but literally, guys, think about it, right? We buy the freaking ice cream. Hold on, let me fix my tripod because this shit is shaking over here.
You're shit. Ahead of the video.
Now everything is moving. But you know what I mean, bro? And then we buy the ice cream, but you know, I cannot eat just like one scoop. I want to have the whole thing, right? And who here is guilty? This is the moment of truth. Tell me how you're really feeling. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'll buy the box of ice cream, and I'll have 2 of those ice creams. That's not.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro, that's just crazy. And especially like, you know, our Portuguese candies and like goiaba and creme de leche, like all the Nestle stuff. Oh man, I should invest in Nestle and buy like their stocks or something. I eat so much of their crap. What happened here? You know?
The reality of it is, brother, you want to lose 70 pounds, you got to start eating less of their crap.
For real. No, and now I have Isabella to help me. So I have my accountability partner now. And then, you know, I remember you telling me a long time ago, whenever we were doing the boarding break. And by the way, man, this brother over here, man, he's always show up. He's an amazing, if you guys need anybody to conduct board breaking exercises, the legend right here, Tony Rodriguez in the house. And I remember we doing that back in the day in New York, and then you were like, no, you're not losing, you are releasing. And you know, so and I have that board breaking in my in one of my what do you call it, the closets, you know. So I always look at it.
Yeah, in NLP, if you say that you're going to lose something, what happens if you lose something, Carlos? What happens if
you lose?
If you lose your car keys, what happens?
You just doomed.
What happens if you lose your glasses?
You're screwed.
You go look for them.
Yep.
So if you say that you're going to lose 20 pounds, you do. What happens most of the time? People go and find them.
Yep.
No, you don't find them, but they multiplied while they were away. So you lose 20 pounds, then you put back 25. So in the NLP, you don't want to say I need to lose the weight or I'm going to lose the weight. You say I'm going to release the weight, so that way you don't have to go find it, right? Because ultimately, if you say you lose something, your brain automatically says, well, if you lose something, you got to go find it. You got to go look for it. So you never want to just lose the weight. You want to release it.
It's so true, man. I'm telling you. And I'm so guilty. I lose and I gain. But now I have Isabella. She's like accountability partner. She's like, Daddy, we want to live to 200 years. I don't know where she got the 200 from, but I'm like, I like it. And now she's
probably from Pete Diamandis.
For real, probably is some Pete Diamandis. Probably watching SpaceX stuff, like shit on YouTube that I don't know. Even though I try to monitor, you know what I mean?
Well, listen, brother, I want to be respectful of not only your time, but everybody that's on here, because we're usually an hour. We're an hour and 5 minutes. So I just want to give you the mic, and if you want to leave a last thought. But before that, on Instagram, you can find Carlos at Carlos Inspires on Instagram.
Carlos Inspire in the singular.
Carlos Inspire. Here, I'll write it down here.
Carlos Inspire on Instagram, guys. I'm always there. Check me out. Carlos Siqueira on Facebook. I'm always putting, great content out there. On Instagram, we're just putting massive content right now. Anybody here, go on Instagram. And if you guys click on the link below my bio, a bunch of cool gifts in there, man. Like, check it out, my podcast. There's some of the YouTube stuff that I put it out there. Just like ninja amazing gifts that I put it out there for the world, and just enjoy it and drop a comment. And how did it change your life? I love hearing from people. Whenever you guys applied, anything that I teach, send me a message, DM me, and tell me. I just love hearing those stories.
Awesome, brother. Well, listen, definitely follow this guy. He's always got something.
Love you, brother.
Great to share, and he's always got something going on that makes you laugh. Well, I love, because laughter is such a big part of my life. You've got to laugh through some of the problems that you have. So many times people say, "Oh, in 10 years you'll laugh about it." Well, you know what I say? Fuck it, laugh now.
Yeah, for real. I know. It's like, yeah, for real. We gotta laugh through. I mean, what we go through, we grow through it, baby. It's all about. And never forget, guys, it's always preach, man. The days that break you are the days that make you. Do not let the devil, it's like, you got this. It's just right here. Just get center and listen to Tony. Keep showing up over here. Anything that this brother does or says, follow him. Listen, come back. The way how you can help, is by just, as you guys know, this podcast is free. The show that he does here, just tag 3 people right now. Never leave a place without making a decision. And that's how you do it. You know what I mean? Tag 3 people right now. Who's 3 people that you know that needed to hear this message right now? Maybe it's a difficult partner of yours. Maybe it's a difficult spouse. Maybe it's somebody that you've been wanting to have a difficult conversation with. You know what I mean? Send them a text. Hey, I'm thinking of you. I just listened to this amazing podcast. These guys, they are amazing. They are awesome. They are out freaking standing. They are, and then, come on. You know what I mean? And you go and you be silly. That's what I'm talking about. Be silly about it and send it to them.
That's your superpowers. Be you. There's nobody else out there like you.
For real. You know what I mean? It's like, be original. It's what I always say. Be original. Being original is way more worthy than a copy. You know what I mean?
Stop trying to be somebody you're not. And I tell this to people all the time, and I'll leave you guys with this. Stop trying to be someone you're not, because the vibe you put out if you go out and you're trying to be someone that you're not at your core, you're trying to be somebody that you're going to attract people like that person that you're not. And then you wonder why you're surrounded by people you don't like, and then you don't feel good around people because they're not your people. Remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. So be authentic, be you, and then you'll attract the right people into your life. You'll attract the people that you want and need in your life. So remember, just be authentic, be you. That is your superpower. Nobody out there, it's like a fingerprint. Nobody out there has your fingerprint. Nobody out there is you. So, friends, and remember that life is not about how many times you fall. It's about getting up after every fall. And remember that it's when you fall is when you learn, and when you get up is when you grow. And every single time you fall, you have the opportunity to get up and grow we must, my friends. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for sharing this video. And Brother Carlos, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you.
Pleasure's mine, my friend.
Look forward to having you again. By the way, you were episode 26. You were exactly 80 episodes ago that was your first appearance.
I love that. 26 is the day that I'm born. I love that number.
You were episode 26, and now you're episode 106.
Yeah, baby. I love you guys. Have a good one, everybody.
See you, everybody.